Well, howdy there, Internet people, it's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump's new chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and keeping standards high. The Trump administration has decided the country needs a new chair of the Joint Chiefs. So, Air Force General Charles Q. Brown Jr. is out, and it seems like Air Force Lieutenant General John Dan Cain will be nominated for the slot. So, Trump made a lot of statements about what he wanted the military to be. He wanted to make sure there were no exemptions to standards, and he didn't want those deep staters in his administration this time. So, Lieutenant General Cain had a pretty distinguished career in the military. Looks like he's got more than 2,800 hours in the F-16, and he's one of the pilots that protected D.C. on the 11th. He's also seen as mostly, but not entirely, apolitical. But what about Trump's rhetoric about standards? Well, to be chair of the Joint Chiefs, according to U.S. Code, the, quote, President may appoint an officer as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff only if the officer has served as A, the vice chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, B, the Chief of Staff of the Army, the Chief of Naval Operations, the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, the Commandant of the Marine Corps, or the Chief of Space Operations, or C, the Commander of a Unified or Specified Combatant Command. Cain has never been in any of those roles. Now, there is a bit in the code that says Trump could nominate somebody who doesn't hit those standards if, quote, the President determines such action is necessary in the national interest. We'll find out if Congress is willing to grant the waiver, because they have to confirm. This doesn't exactly set the tone for the force that the administration indicated it wanted. Well, what about keeping the deep staters out of his administration? Well, after leaving the Air Force, he was director of the Special Access Program Central Office for the Undersecretary of Defense for Acquisition and Sustainment. Then he worked for the Central Intelligence Agency. You really can't make this stuff up. Look, I don't know General Cain. He could be eminently qualified and turn out to be a great chair. But as far as the selection matching Trump's rhetoric, well, it just doesn't line up. I would imagine the Democratic Party is going to really lean into the U.S. Code requirements during the confirmation process. But it doesn't look like the Republican Party will need their votes. And let's be honest, even lacking the checklist items, Cain is still far more qualified than some of the nominations that have already been confirmed. We'll see how this plays out. I'd also expect to see a lot of veterans channels making waiver comments. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.